We believe that attention to early child development, early child care is critically important to our community. We've been a partner with the United Way on this since 2002, and we're very pleased with the results that we're seeing thus far.
United Way has a commitment to developing children and youth to their full potential, and what better way has been the investment in our Bright Beginnings program, a program that really is aimed at improving the quality of child care, getting teachers the tools and materials that they need so that the children have the right curriculum, increasing their salaries, investing in their education to get an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree, all the things that are needed to have a classroom ready to go and prepared for the very youngest minds to develop.
Good morning, my name is Kara Johnson. I'm the Executive Director of the Texas Early Childhood Education Coalition. We are a coalition made up of 275 member organizations. And so our purpose today is really to engage an entire new sector of advocates and stakeholders in this movement, and that is the business community. We know that they truly understand the importance of a high quality early education and a good start, because it means that their workforce in the future has the skills they need to make a difference and to make our state even better than it already is.
Again, it's a return on investment. We invest now and we get benefits later on. You know, the old adage, pay me now or pay me later. Pay now and we'll get a good return on our investment later on.
So I can tell you that in Brownsville, we've shown that early childhood education makes a difference. It's making a tremendous difference already. I can also tell you that the investment needs to grow, because with more than 50% of the children in my community living in poverty, there's a lot of work to be done yet.
I've been conducting research on the costs and benefits of investment in early childhood education over the last 25 years. Studies from a variety of different programs have found that in general, for every dollar the taxpayer puts into one of these programs, we get a return of $3 or more in benefits, in social and economic benefits. And these benefits include less crime and less spending, government spending on education and child welfare. So overall, it's an excellent return on the public's money.
This is the lines crossing problem. As you can see, this is Social Security, health care, other mandatory tax expenditures. Tax expenditures, who knows what they are? Anybody deduct your mortgage interest from your taxes each year? How many deduct your mortgage interest? That's a tax expenditure. That's a payment, in essence, by the government to subsidize housing. How many receive health care benefits from your employer? How many? Okay. Those are provided tax-free. That's like a payment to you, income payment to you that is not taxed. Those two tax expenditures are about 50% of this category right here. The rest include all kinds of things: subsidies to the oil sector, subsidy to the financial sector, even $300 million a year subsidy to private jet aircraft. The jet plane my company owns, the jet planes that ExxonMobil owns. Could we use that for prenatal screening across the country? Would that be a better use of that subsidy? Most people think so. This, above the tax expenditure line, there's a little triangle. But you can see it sort of zeroes out. Well, that triangle right up there, that's everything the government provides. That's air traffic control, the court system, Head Start, national parks, everything. Everything that you think of that the government does, that's in that square right up there. I don't even know why I didn't label it. I should have. That's discretionary spending. That includes national defense, everything. And as you can see, these things sort of take up all tax revenues in about 2023 or so. That's the core problem. That's the lines crossing problem. Now, how fast do you think that's contracting? Those who got through high school and college and can meet the math standards at Tudor Investment Corporation or ExxonMobil can see, let's see, we're about there. It's going to disappear in about 15 years. So it's got to disappear about 30% a year. Gosh, that's half a percent a month that discretionary spending is contracting because it has to disappear totally in 15 years. That's 30% every 5 years, 6%, a half a percent a month. That's why we have such a violent struggle in this country over taxes. Everybody who understands this problem, and trust me, all the top executives of this country know this problem. All the top political leaders understand this problem. To give you a personal sense of the core of this problem, let me do this. The doors have been shut. We're all in this room. The doors have not only been shut, they've been locked. And the air has been turned off. And a voice has come on and says, people, this is not an experiment. In 15 hours, all the oxygen in this room will be gone. That's it. The size of the room, the number of people in the room, the doors are shut, the air is off. It'll take about 15 hours. All the oxygen in the room will be gone. Equivalent to this problem, we're here about 15 years, all the oxygen in the budget will be gone. Well, the first thing we do is we go through a little thing here where we don't really believe it. We bang on the door. We yell to the voice. We say, come on. And then we talk and joke and we say, oh, someone's going to come in, something's going to happen, they're going to rescue us. They can't just leave wonderful, great people like us, so good looking, so well educated, so much energy, so cool. They can't let us just sit in here and, breathe up all the oxygen. Well, after about 3 hours, we can begin to tell the air is getting a little stuffy. And 4 hours into it, we're beginning to take it seriously. 5 and 6 hours into it, we're beginning to look at each other. And then the negotiation part begins. Oh, we pound on the doors and all of that sort of stuff. But then we begin to look around and say, well, who's needed and who isn't? If somebody has to survive, who doesn't? And pretty quickly we begin to look at the older people and sort of, those of you who are younger begin to look at geezers like me and say, listen, you've had a nice life, why don't you stop breathing and let us have more air? Right? Okay? Let's complicate the question one more time. Let's put all around the edges of the room lots and lots of kids. Because this is what we're talking about as society. There's lots and lots of kids. Now, how do we decide who breathes and who doesn't? Well, that's where we are. That's exactly where we are. So this problem is the one we're trying to solve, and the Telluride principles are an approach to that solution. In other words, some variant of this set of rules is what a society should follow in deciding how it adjusts its fiscal spending in the decade to come.
The challenges we've talked about this morning are difficult, but what I've heard more about this morning are the positive outcomes that can be delivered with strategic partnering, with directed resources, and so forth.
Our hope today is to really try and communicate a message that there is nothing that makes more sense than investing in the young children in our state.